Welcome to the much anticipated second bronze semifinal matchup here. I'm here with Osu on tracker. Sefi has graced us with his presence on comms with me. This is D Rocky Lizard, and today we have mrock versus tonytyoung. This is going to be a good one. We just to kind of go over the beginning here, how they got here. When the bronze bracket, mrock defeated Crazed Gamer and had a bye in the second round to get here, and Tony faced Barry, winning 2-1, and defeated a fellow com here who shall not be nameless, since we don't bring up that, 2-0. So now we are here in the semifinalists to see who will face Unforeseen Menace. So this will be a good one. What say you, Sefi?
This will definitely be a good one. It's been kind of a drought. I know that mrock's been trying to get the match scheduled and all, and it worked out. So shout outs to both of these runners. Tony's also incredible at randomizers in general. I know he's an SMZ3 specialist, technician, whatever you want to call it, whatever they say nowadays to like make everyone feel. No, I'm just kidding. No, like he's legitimately really good at randos. He's new to Map Rando, so they do tend to throw him off for a bit. mrock's been doing her best trying to just, I mean, she's top 4. These both runners are top 4 for like a reason, right? They've been grinding it out. They've been doing their best, and I'm just excited to see, although we can only have one, move forward over to the finals, but she's hoping for a good enough match.
Yeah. So a bit of background on both these runners. mrock, like Tony, is relatively new to Map Rando. She's been grinding a lot of speed runs. I think the KPDR, and that's really helped her kind of refine her technique as she proceeds further in the tournament. And Tony has always been a great mover, as Sefi stated earlier, having done SMZ3 randos for some time. And again, if there's one small thing about Tony, it could be potentially his unfamiliarity with how the Map Rando logic works. But with each match, he's been getting better at that, and it's proven that even though he was lower seeded coming into the bronze bracket, that he is clearly one of the favorites going forward. So mrock has not been practicing a lot lately. She was sick for a little bit, and that kind of impacted it. But as you can see here, she still has great movement going up through parlor seamlessly there, whereas it takes people a few tries normally. So let's see what we got here. I think they have morph, and I think they're just kind of feeling everything out right now. Maybe going to start seeing if they can go through the map. Tony, just more fair
to also kind of give more info. The mode that they are currently racing is double Sue, so that's why they're able to like move through everything at this time. Tony finding big pink, so it's gonna be 2 free items here. So yeah, right now I don't know what you think, but do you feel that this mode might favor mrock or Tony more?
Well, the thing that we've heard a lot about with double suit is that it opens up so much, because you're able to move through heated rooms, you're able to move through water rooms, and Tony's struggles initially were due to the fact that it was kind of hard to pick up where the logic might dictate him to go, but he's gotten really good at that. And I think all things being equal, because they both move very well as runners, it'll be up to Tony's adaptiveness in understanding how the logic works out. That we'll see if he can use that to his advantage. And getting the map here will help because you can start kind of planning this out much the same way that mrock is. So let's see if they
Yeah, we got
divert in paths here.
Yeah, so we got the map flash here. 2 major items. One of them in the Croc Escape. The other one, it seems to be Mission Impossible. And then there's another at... I think that might be where they have to go next. It might be going through those pink doors. And no.
I think it will be the pink doors because they can pick up those missiles, head to the right, and then go up that croc drop into toilet. And then they can see what that X is. I think it was an X over there at the climb.
With the climb supers. Yeah, so that might be where their power bombs are that will grant them access over to the Mission Impossible room that's to the left of Big Pink. So...
yeah. Not even randomized Mission Impossible, I think.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Sometimes they have it like one room higher, but I think that was exactly where it would be. She's leaving. Not going to check out that X over there. Let's see if Tony checks it out.
Yeah. I mean, you never know, right? Like, anything can end up anywhere. Your in-logic power bombs, which I'm willing to bet is next. Just because of the visual on the major items that we saw so close by.
Yeah, let's see where mrock is going with this. Maybe there was a green door that's here in Parlor. They haven't really explored it down here.
The reason why this can pay off is mainly because blind checking could be a huge power move, especially in double suit. Maybe she might just head in the general direction of the map, and it could pay off as well.
Ooh, Vile Plume.
That's all right. Learned that from Nevdi, I think. Now, I also do want to point out that since the logic is progressive, super.
Oh, those aren't power bombs.
So that's already interesting. It might be the case, unless I don't know if you saw another like X nearby this area. It was hard to really tell.
I didn't see any that they could pick up right now. I think they were blocked by power bombs or by speed. So I think where mrock is going is the right way. Albeit she might not know it. I don't know if she noticed that she could have got those X's there at the climb supers. But right now she's wondering, oh no, did I take the wrong way? But as we'll see, she probably did end up going the right way. Croc? Not in logic Croc, I think. 5 and 5.
What about the supers that are accessible?
Oh, this could be the next logical step if it assumes that you picked up those supers at the climb. The save is pretty quick. I thought she might want it to go there because it's possible to get there easily with double suit. She's going to track back here, and I think this is an interesting move from her. She's probably going to try to go check those. Or is she going to grab jump?
Something else, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you might have seen, but doesn't hurt. Tony is just going to be uncovering some of these map tiles and see where there's a bump in the road or an obstacle.
What was blocking this for her? Oh, forgot.
Yeah, it was just an annoying room to get through.
Yeah.
Tony, of course, deciding against it because it is really bad. To use up all your ammo?
So he might go ahead and do it right here. I'm reminded of a time when in one of Tony's first games, he had the beginning was a no objectives and he started in the middle of Forgotten Highway, and you don't have any items in there, and that was generally very mean. A nice grapple.
That grapple points to Croc Escape. So that works out really well for mrock. and then Tony's abandoning this. It's not. See,
Interesting.
here's what I was thinking that might happen, and what I was led to believe. I mean, it can go either way, but that the item, if they found power bombs over at Mission Impossible, were grappled, and that gets them over to Croc Escape, right? But no,
Right.
grapple somewhere else. So this is interesting. It might be that there's bombs.
Yeah, I wonder what could be behind that. That was a nice one-time gate glitch there from mrock. She popped off there on camera. But yeah, this puts the top of Everest into logic as well. You could technically get to the top without grapple here with a very perfectly timed grab jump, but I don't think that's in hard.
Oh, right.
But, yeah. So I'm in a little bit of trouble here. Ironically, it might be easier if you turned off gravity suit for this grapple.
Yeah, vanilla or like just out of water grapple physics are not it. They just seem better when it's not that fast. Oh, let's see what Tony finds here.
More
supers.
So yeah,
okay.
Mrock can get through this. It looks like Croc is the way.
Yeah.
Or you could potentially go down Green Hill, which I think she's going to try to do. Technically not in logic with only 10 missiles, a combination of super and regular missiles, but she can easily get back anyway. I think Croc is the progression though. I do think that. But let's see what item she gets here.
I don't know if Croc is the progression now. Is the thing just because of hold on. Wave? Okay, well, she can get back.
Yep. And I should correct myself. This is definitely in logic because they could have assumed that you got those the other super missiles to easily get you.
Yeah.
So he's electing not to do the Turian escape, which I'm fine with. It's not a fun room to go through.
Not at all. In a way, it's really, really good that the game is giving her a lot of dead ends because, I mean, it's going to give Tony dead ends too. Oh, this could be, unless he just comes here to farm and then goes to Croc. Yeah. I was going to say this.
That Forgotten Highway is really just is turning him off. It's painful, but not necessarily if you have gravity. You just like what mrock is. You just morph ball and you just go underneath it. In an early game when you don't have a suit, you're moving slowly, and you don't have some items. Maybe you skip out on that. But again, we have the benefit of hindsight. We saw that led to grapple. So
Yeah.
I could just be harsh on Tony.
I think the only reason, and I mean, I get it, I would probably also hold off on that room, personally, because it's, that room is so slow. That's mainly just it. It's like, if I could just cross a bunch of rooms and get somewhere that's not there, then I think I'd rather that, and I feel like maybe that might be what Tony's thinking.
Yeah, that's totally fair too. I think mrock's very smart using that wave as the next progression to get to this map. That's lava dive. That's possible.
Yeah, lava dive. There's so many major items here.
And I've heard that contrary to my previous belief, that is in hard logic, even without high jump boots. You just have to do some timed wall jumps off the dudes.
Right now, what would be looking pretty good for mrock as Tony's killing Croc right now. I didn't see what was below Croc, so on mrock's map. But it would help a lot if she were able to pick up some of the E-tanks that we saw over in the other area. Oh,
Yeah.
Tony!
So mrock's gonna get this X that the baby is blocking, and she's hoping maybe it's power bombs, but as we know, that is not what they are.
Oh my god, the scams. Tony hold. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
Finally. That was actually really awful. Okay, so Tony is not happy with those results. I'm not getting some supers here. Holy moly. Yeah, that's the worst part about... Sometimes I'm inclined to believe... I'm not scanning.
Oh my gosh, you could get those X's up there, or directly to her left, but she would have to go through Croc and around to the left, and then back up Main Street to the right. I believe those are gettable.
That... It's gonna be scary for Tony. I don't know if Tony's gonna risk it. It's a lot of blind checks. I don't know if he'll deep dive that much.
Yeah, it's tough for Tony because he doesn't have the 2 majors that mrock has, which has helped her get the map, and yeah, so I think he's being put off by this, and I probably would be too, just because there's just so much, and you don't know what's over there. Is she gonna save here?
Yeah, backtracking for safety just to not lose the progression. Tony, I think now threads the needle, and we'll check that.
So he'll get grapple, and then eventually wave as well. I think it was after thread the needle.
Yeah, it was down Green Hill Zone. Rock's going back up. Tony going through, yeah. This check really paid off for mrock. The only thing now is that because mrock, I don't know if she noticed the other major items, but I think from here Tony prioritizes going back to Norfair. He's not going to go down Green Hill Zone because... Oh,
I mean,
maybe he does. Yeah.
Yeah, he might do it now.
Yeah. So this is his wave.
I didn't see what was up at the top. Oh, so she's going to go into Brinstar, completely new area. And she's going to be stuck here, so she's got to go back. Oh, no, she can go down here to the right.
Yeah.
But she can't get that item.
She could try to check to see what kind of item it is.
Peek.
Maybe she's just prioritizing health for now, but...
Okay, now she's stuck.
See, this is all good. Like, this is all well for her. This is kind of like building around. Okay, hold on. So here... Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
She knows that there's some stuff left behind. Can't do anything to the right. Might be thinking about the X at the top. But there's the major items. And once she sees the Crockett's Gate major items...
She can get the She can get the major at the Norfair Green Gate, where the supers are.
Yeah, the Crockett's
now that
Gate.
she has grapple.
That's the one that I was thinking Tony might go to, but...
Sorry, you're right. You said Croc Escape. I didn't... Oh, that's a waste for Tony. They didn't even have the missile there.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, that's also okay, because both of these runners do need to be pretty much... They need to run into dead ends if they're going to keep line checking, because... Yeah. Although mrock's not going down there.
Wrong way.
Okay.
Nito, thank you for the raid. Congratulations on the victory. We should also say it. There is another match going on right now. That would be Anthony and Lynx. I don't know if we want to keep the results of those hidden, but I think we could err on the side of caution in case we wanted to, unless someone wants to tell us that it is okay for us to spoil those. Yeah, so Lopter's saying there, hi Lopter, how's it going? That you could do lava dive. Like I said, I just learned recently that it is in logic even without high jump boots.
That
And
said, though, yeah, how comfortable might they be with that play?
yeah, wall jumping.
Because again, even I didn't know that lava dive was hard logic. It just seems extra scary.
Yeah, maybe with this amount of low energy, it might push it through the threshold. But I know some players who can do that, with their eyes closed. With high jump, it's simple.
Right. Super simple. Again, I don't think maybe they're just gonna try to play within their means right now and just. I think anybody else would go for that, but right now, the play is what Tony is doing.
Yep, exactly.
Logically, which is to do this. This might be
Charge
bombs.
beam. Oh, high jump.
Okay, hey, that lava dive. So lava dive kind of hits. What's up?
mrock is going to do the same thing too here, it looks like. Right? Is this the way to...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's to the left here.
Okay, yeah. So then after that, she's still locked at Brinstar. So I really think I think the next step has to be to check those croc, or the X's after croc.
Mm-hmm.
You can... Oh, nope, you can't get back. That's a soft lock. Don't go there. Don't go there, mrock. Strat log, I think that's what we'll do. We're not going to talk about that match. I don't have it up anyway. I think it's, we only have so many matches left, and so we want to keep the suspense going as long as possible. So we will do our best to not spoil the matchup on the other channel. But I'm sure that's going to be a good one too.
Tony sees something else. I was thinking Tony might go back to try to get the map, but I think mrock is definitely going to backtrack. Go for that lava dive. Anything to avoid having to fight Croc.
Yeah.
To juke these Metroids here. You can play that super safe.
I would go down to Parlor and save right now, I think. But maybe she's confident in her lava dive.
Yeah, she's gonna do the save.
Almost like she heard.
It's just, yeah, it's a really risky play if you're not used to.
Yeah, and it takes like what, 20 seconds to do this. Just do it,
Yeah,
save early, save
losing the minutes.
The high jump boots are throwing off her any percent.
Uh-oh, the heart stuck. This is not worth. And that's going to be Wasteland, so you don't want to do that unless you have a safety save.
Can't even do
Tony might backtrack. Yeah, that's true. Can't even do it because of no power bombs.
So yeah, I like this decision by mrock too. I don't know what else she could get that could progress her. I think explosives would be the main. It's got, bombs would be the most important thing. I think that's the one thing that's blocking a lot of progression for these two runners. Just being able to blow stuff up.
Yeah, I see some like gauntlet rooms, and of course the Mission Impossible room. Right, hold. This should be not too bad.
Right, with high jump, it's much easier.
Ice some GT Classic practice
Ice
too.
beam.
So
Ice beam. Screw attack.
Screw attack. Still, it's like pseudo bombs, kinda.
Yeah,
you just
like
can't.
You Parlor.
Yeah. All right, here comes that GT Classic practice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep.
Simple for
Nods her
the
head in approval.
speedrunners. I don't recall if mrock uses that or if she uses speed boost to the D boost strat, but I'm pretty sure she's practiced that one most of the time. So yeah, it wasn't anything that was terribly difficult, especially for someone who's been grinding the any percents like she has.
For sure. Okay,
Fish
so
tank
Tony
is
has to
next.
see the map now. That's
See, this is what I was talking about with Tony having a little bit of trouble with recognizing progression or like what items you have and what you can do now since the last time you were here, and he still doesn't have the Meridia map.
Mhm.
Not like he knows that it's the wrecked ship climb up there, but he knows that he has grapple. He could check top of Everest since the map is kind of pointing in that direction.
Yeah.
This will be just more blinding for him.
On top of that, being able to recognize the rooms is the hard part. Maybe what's
Yeah.
tripping, honestly, what is a little confusing, and maybe Tony. Well, no, actually, he doesn't even have visual on the wrecked ship shaft. I just thought maybe he just thinks he can't get up there, even though he has a wave.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I was about to say that spring ball is useless. The spring ball puts vanilla spring ball room into logic, where there is a major there.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's something interesting. Tony is going to blind west of Croc right here, and if he goes up to Main Street to the center room, he's going to find two X's which could potentially be power bombs.
Charge.
Oh, big.
Nice jump morph there for Tony. That was actually incredible. That's where
Yeah, like I said, his
area
tech
rando
is
comes off.
Yeah, his tech is impressive.
Yeah, his area rando strats. I mean, he was one of the best area randomizer runners, so I know that all of that is there. It's really just, as you mentioned, like recognizing the progressive logic, and also on top of that, you have to know room. Like you have to recognize the actual rooms.
So yeah,
to kind of plan your route.
So, right. So if Tony had the map, he would know that there are X's right above him, but he's going away from it. Again, leading to more to the blind. I don't remember what was in this side here. Yeah, missiles. Okay, so it ended here early, like you said, Seppi. That's good, because then he could check other areas quicker without having to go so long into one direction.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, rocks is honestly just good. Once everything opens up, once they get bombs or even
she could kill Batoon from this side. She has charge now and wave.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
And just skip. Hey, nice blind Kraid.
It's gonna be such a Pepe W right here.
Is this long? Is it longer to do it this way or to go through rock and go around? That's the question.
I would say this is so much quicker.
Those things hurt. Yeah, just got to watch your HP a little bit here.
Once she passes that like health threshold, she should be chilling. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because he's not gonna spit any of those things. Tony's having a little trouble with Kraid here. He can easily KQK, so a little surprised it took him a while. He maybe just wanted to take Kraid to prom for a little bit.
Might be used to charge. If anything.
Yeah.
It's bombs.
Nicely done. Yeah,
GG,
this is
I'm
gonna be
wrong.
more blinding from Tony. I didn't think there was anything really of big note up here, but again, it's been a while since I saw the map in this area. There's the power
There's
bombs.
the power bombs, and that is good. Supers.
Oh no, Tony.
This is also gonna be a dead end. It looks like from what I could
I think you're right.
see from mrock's map.
On the plus side for Tony, he is collecting ammo. So in the event that he doesn't get charged because it was kind of a little bit out of the way, he only needs to get a few more supers. Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay, so dead end. That points him back. And now I'm willing to bet that he's just as confused.
All right, so mrock likes to do the 4 super. Yeah, Lopter. I think there were super missiles. There were a bunch of super missiles early, so I think Croc would have been in logic even without charge. mrock likes to do the 4 super missiles for KQK. Let's see if she does it. Nicely done.
Yeah, the charge shot method helps out a lot. Just to get that hand out of the way. So each runner with one boss down.
Yep, but mrock with a little bit more knowledge and a few more items.
Oh, these are supers that Tony's not gonna get.
And what's big is those are power bombs he cannot get. Now he can get them because now he sees those power bombs.
So at least he found that, and this, I think this now will take him to the map. He's behind on items. Okay, I don't know how you feel about it, but I guess technically he can do a lot still because he found bombs. Now that's just gonna point him to everything else, but it might just lead him away from charge, from screw attack, from spring ball. And what else?
Yeah, it's a good point. Like, how much does he chase now that he has a lot of what he needs for movement, and that he only needs 5 more super missiles to be good to go with that kind of stuff. Is this Fantoon?
Yeah, I think this should be Fantoon. Checking him first.
Check the item.
Why not? E-tank clears. I'm gonna check the room below. This has to be Fantoon. Okay, up to Natu. Oh, no Fantoon.
Oh,
but there are major items.
Majors and then get out of there. Yeah.
This is super quick. Yeah, I like this.
I wonder if Tony will be baited by this area too. I'm sure he will. Oh, nice.
It helps to be baited by this area, honestly.
And that would finish his ammo up there. Use a power bomb, mrock.
Gotta show off the skill.
I know. Yeah.
I think anyone does it because in a way also it is technically faster.
Yeah,
if you get it first try, that is.
Yeah.
So I definitely like the flex there.
Yeah, high jump makes it harder.
So here's another thing now. X-ray. Some of these items are going to be completely worthless for Tony because the only thing Tony's going to want is like charge, and it's not looking likely.
Right. He's not going to...
Unless he blinds it. That's literally it.
Right. And he's doing a lot of blinding right now. But to be fair, mrock isn't doing a lot of super high progression, but she did get ice, and that's nice. And Tony will take a few minutes in Turian as well. So mrock a little bit ahead on the movement and the knowledge, I would think, at this point.
Yeah. All right. Tony's
That's an
turn.
ugly wreck.
Not. Wait. Oh!
He's blinding Turian. So here's what there's also the question is how much do you think of Rex Ship? Because Rex Ship is in Norfair past
Mm.
Mother Brain, and that is quite a detour. And so you have to ask yourself, do you think that there's going to be any bosses down there? Are you going to waste time going down there and not potentially find anything? And that's the question that they'll have to wonder when they look at the Norfair map.
That's a good point.
Rex Ship is empty until it's not. You know?
Yeah, probably. What do you think? Yeah, I would honestly be inclined to agree to just forgo it unless you're forced to, because I don't think it really makes a difference. Because
Yeah,
at some point we're both gonna have to go that direction anyway.
yeah. Like if not, if you go through all the other zones and you find out, Pantoon's missing, well, then you know
Yeah.
where he is, and you were kind of headed there anyway.
Hmm.
That's a great point. This is why I like having second person here to tell me to know my to know my place.
No. It's not even. I think it's good just to have like that back and forth because on the flip side, if someone does decide to make that bold play to trek all the way to Rex Ship and they find a boss, well, there you go. That's a GG, right? Because any other pathing could just take you farther away from the boss. You bump into like something else, and now you're on the opposite. And it's just
Right.
so weird with some of these.
And I didn't see where I don't know where Criteria is. For all we know, Criteria, I didn't see it on like in Meridia or Norfair. For all we know, it could be connected to the Rex Ship. Just don't know.
Yeah, that too.
Well, after there's no fun in seeing that you go all the way and find out that there's a speed lock and you gotta go hunt every major till you find it.
I am okay. So Tony made it past the hardest part that was keeping him from he in the wreck ship shaft. He was one room away from getting the map.
Oh yeah, like you can see it right there.
So now I'm
I,
actually mrock looking for the next map, just trying to find some sort of way to progress.
Mhm.
This is really rough for Tony, yeah, because if he doesn't prioritize the map, or unless he forgot, I don't know. He maybe just didn't consider that he was closer than he thinks, and
Yeah, this this is fairly opposite of what. Well, he's about to blind into charge soon because there's going to be the crabs, and then if he
yeah.
goes all the way to the top, or never mind,
If
he's running away from charge.
oh no, I mean, the only thing that's kind of keeping because all right, he's not really far, right, from Emrock.
Right. But he needs the map so he knows where to go. And it starts with getting into the wreck shift shaft. Also, that's an awful map location for Brinstar. It's a little confusing because it's fairly going against what Tony's been doing recently. He started to really identify a lot of these places in the progression where to go, and now he's going to go do it. Maybe he felt like he wanted to check this before he went up to go get the map. It's for me it's Mrock with fairly decently, though he does have enough ammo to finish the game. So yeah, he's once he gets this map, because he knows where Turian is, or he's already done Turian. He knows there's nothing else left in there. He'll probably go the same journey that Mrock has gone to Brinstar map. So he's still behind in some respects, but it hasn't killed him that much. All this wandering around.
No, No, it hasn't.
He'll get ice there. I wonder if I think he's gonna abandon. He's not gonna get the charge there at this point. Not that he knows what it is, but
He's not gonna get screw attack, which I guess that's good, honestly, because he's gonna. I feel like at some point he's gonna bump into plasma, maybe.
well, he's skipping it right now. The
Yeah.
thing that blocked Meridian map was grapple and wave because he needed to get up either that or some explosives. Right when mrock got grapple and wave, she immediately went to go get the Meridian map. And that's not everyone's philosophy, but for me, I felt like whenever I've had stronger times, it's because I went straight for the map when I could. You could have used X-ray mrock earlier.
I don't know if Mrock might be familiar with the X-ray method, or at least
Yeah, that's not
there's a little
necessarily in
nuance.
any
Yeah.
Another weird map. This one will go up to the right and then down. So yeah, Tony's gonna go the same way that mrock is. Fast pillars here, is that right? No, it was.
It's gauntlet. All right.
All right.
So
What
Phantom
secrets
Steeper.
have you?
One Dragon.
There's
and
criteria.
a Meiji. Ooh.
So yeah, I think because you know where Mother Brain is. Well, you can go either way. I think you could either take out Kraid or Dragon now and then go to criteria, or hit criteria. But for me, Steffi, if you're mrock, are you done with majors at this point, or do you still think like, oh, speed might still be an issue?
Personally, yeah, just prioritize the bosses. Honestly, any major item that's in the way, kind of like right now she's going to criteria, right? So
Yeah.
a good thing is to route in that major item at the top of this.
No,
since
did
you're
you
gonna head
see
that
that?
direction.
Did you see West Ocean how to get to the top? You have to
Oh, I
go
didn't.
all the way around and up and over. Like it was ugly.
Oh, was it that bad? Okay, yeah, then never mind.
Now,
Yeah,
look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
What was it? Oh, so I think it would have been okay, but I probably still would have skipped it then. Because if it was having to backtrack a few rooms, I probably wouldn't have done it. Mrock's going back.
mrock is abandoning this, and little risky because you're still looking for two bosses. Maybe is there a save somewhere? I don't know.
Tony's a few rooms back. Can you use X-ray? Yep.
Oh, Gary, stop it.
Okay, first try. Good. That worked out.
Doesn't need an X-ray. Yeah, C is last area, though they haven't checked Wreck Ship, and Wreck Ship is close to Mother Brain. But I guess there's the possibility that Ridley and Fantoon can be at Wreck Ship. But I don't like those odds.
Plus, if there's a boss in criteria, she could have done it now.
Yeah, she probably saw the location of the map and was like, no way. Because if you saw, that map was... I don't know where she's going right now.
I didn't think I paid attention to the rest of it. Like, maybe she's banking on having two bosses and banking on having two bosses in Wreck Ship. That's the only thing that would make sense to me.
Yeah. So again, I'm not the biggest fan of what mrock did because I don't know what major she would have got. I guess it's the speed fear. She saw it's way to the left. She's thinking, okay, maybe you have Frog Speedway or something. But yeah, I think she needs a bigger running start.
Yeah, bomb jump.
Either that, you're
spin
gonna
ball jump, yeah.
IBJ.
You need speed for this too. So.
Oh yeah, you need speed. Yeah, this has to be a. Yep, this has to be an IBJ.
Yeah. Tony goes to Dragon now, maybe?
Looks like he's gonna go do Dragon. Take that back into Aqueduct and careful. mrock. Nice.
Yeah, taking the safe left. Okay. So
I think
I'm
we're
curious
almost tied up here, if you can believe it. mrock took about 5 minutes out of her way to go. And again, I'm operating under the assumption that there is a boss in criteria, at least one boss.
Yeah, there has to be. And it's also just not likely that you ever really see wreck ship with like more than one boss, if anything.
I've seen it be loaded with majors, and I do meme about everyone ignores wreck ship, blah blah blah, but at some point it would be quite an anomaly to have like 2 bosses there. At the very least, with the criteria, you will know where the ship is if you're able to get the map.
Another part of it is because you do take into consideration like what you've already seen, right? Like everything that you've seen, what you have left, all of that comes into play, and it's like, what's the likelihood? What's the chances? What's
right?
And so you kind of have to start playing those odds, and if right now there's a possibility that both bosses are in criteria or both bosses are in wreck ship, and you kind of have to. I feel like maybe you kind of go that route and hope that you find 2 bosses in criteria. I feel like that would be.
Yeah.
You rather play those odds than the ones that having to backtrack all the way. But yeah, like maybe she wanted plasma or speed.
Speed. That's the only thing, because like you look at a map like this and you think of like the Decora room where you have to use speed to drop down or something like that, and that's always a possibility, and I get that. But on the other hand, she hasn't missed many majors. I think she's pretty much got all the majors that were in her path.
Yes.
Okay, so then I guess I get it, because maybe you only have 4. You only had 4 majors. There was a 25% chance that it could have been speed.
Well, she found plasma, so that's a dub. Tony's in a really good position to check the sky missiles location, and it could be either one of 3.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Space jump or speed.
Yeah. So that actually was a better route by Tony, looking back at it in hindsight. Because you're gonna have to go to the right anyway. So you might as well do it so that when you go to the left, you can go up top and get that major up there.
But again, if he does it.
Yeah, he's going down now. Does this lead back to... No, I think he had to go top.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind. So far, nothing on mrock's side that's blocking her. So yeah, if you go top there, red tout, or the red elevator, then you can go get that major. All right, mrock's getting closer.
About to find out. Is Tony... Wait.
Oh, Fantoon on the right.
Nice. So yeah, this is guaranteed.
Right, is this our 3rd left-sided map? Yes. Very nice. So, mrock did take a slightly bit of a needless detour. Now, I should say it doesn't rule anything out. We could still have Ridley being blocked Speedway, or being blocked by Speed, but at least she'll get the map.
Oh my god. Is Tony Backtracking to wreck ship?
He's gonna go. He's getting this major right here. No, wait. Tony.
Is he going to wreck ship? I think he's worried about abandoning wreck ship.
Yeah, but criteria was right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's a thing. Like,
I mean, if he goes this way, it's over. It's over.
It's over if Ridley's not there, right?
Well, the thing is, even if Ridley's there, mrock is going to be close to Ridley when she goes down to wreck ship. Goes down to Norfair to fight Mother Brain.
Mm-hmm.
Tony's gonna have to do way more backtracking.
Oh yeah,
that's my concern. But we will see if Ridley's here. Wow. So Ridley is in wreck ship. So that's less terrible news for him.
Very much so.
So it'll be a track back.
Yeah, no, you make a really great point. Like, he is definitely not in a good position. A lot more backtracking. The only thing, if we're trying to find a way on how Tony can make up a lot of time, is speed somehow.
Yeah, like if Speed's down there in wreck ship, and it's also what's blocking Ridley. Well, no, because he would get it, and then mrock would also get it on her way to Ridley. Now, yeah, maybe the cope is that Speed is at West Ocean, and she skips it, and then so she has to go all the way back up after figuring out that Ridley is speed locked.
Right.
That's the cope. She also still has to do Dragon too. She hasn't fought Dragon yet. So that'll be a little bit more time though, with 2 different ways she could fry or microwave.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Speed lock. Okay, you gotta backtrack now. So the speed lock did happen, but it's not.
Where is Speed? Oh.
Yeah, you gotta revert.
He saved in Norfair to save a little bit of time.
He's gonna revert plenty? No.
Oh, that could be Speed right there. We did not check Mission Impossible. Oh.
Okay, so this is kind of based. If he goes up and that's Speed, and mrock goes, I don't know.
Skips it. That was what I was talking about. That was the code.
Yeah.
If Ridley is speed locked, that's step 1. And if mrock overlooks West Ocean, thinking that she doesn't need it to get to Ridley, and Tony gets it, and then he just saved 3-5 minutes because he had a revert. Mm-hmm. This is the play here.
Oh, this is actually kind of okay. This is a hole right now. You're like, oh my gosh.
It's a 1 in 3rd, right? It could be Spazer, it could be Speed, or it could be Space Jump.
Mm-hmm.
Tony has lower, in his mind, he has lower odds on this. He feels because he doesn't know where charge is, he doesn't know where plasma is.
Oh, true.
We know it's a 33% chance.
It's not screw attack either and all that. Yikes.
This is the brutal seed if that's the case. Having Speed on the exact opposite, on the way opposite. Okay, we're going to find out right now.
All right.
If I were mrock, I would save scum this, by the way. Or I would save and then, kind of like what Tony did, just to make sure in case. In the low odds that Ridley is speed locked, which in this case he is.
What is it?
God, I'm so nervous. Oh, you gotta. It's Speed. Oh my god. Oh my god.
With that changes. Okay, I don't want to say it changes everything just yet because mrock has not left the building.
Right. We'll see what happens.
She can still get speed booster. I just don't know how likely it is, given that she has charge, ice, wave, plasma, varia, gravity that they started off with. Like literally everything is good.
Yeah, mrock would again. I don't know if I would do. I think I would do this at this point, but I would save scum this just in case, and then I would check. Like you got it. You have to check, right? Like you're thinking to yourself, what are the odds? She didn't. I wonder if she forgot about the major there.
I don't think she's checking majors no more. I just don't think it's just not. I don't think it's likely, but you also shouldn't rule it out. But at the same time, if she skips it, I don't blame why she skips it. Because Tony did the same thing. Like Tony skipped it.
Oh no! Oh god!
Yeah.
She's gonna go right to wreck ship.
Yeah. It just to me logical. Wait. Oh wait. Hold. Oh no, she was like, oh my gosh, no!
Oh, it's over. Oh
gosh. Oh, I was hoping when she was gonna go back to the left, I was like, please.
And now the cope for mrock is that the way? Is there some crazy, red tower on the far right, all the way to the left chance? Because at the very least, maybe you don't check that major, but you save it here in case it is, and you go to wreck ship and you see that there's a speed lock. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, right now you need like big copies. And all right, so there's got to be a way. Like, if we accidentally manifested the Tony cope.
Yeah, that's the mrock cope.
Yeah.
The mrock
yeah,
cope
we need the
is
mrock cope manifest.
The mrock cope is Decora's hiding a missile, and you can just go to the right of the Decora room and hit red tower, and then on the left you have Frog Speedway.
Yeah, that's like
that would be cruel.
All right, let's see what kind of huge.
There's like an 80% chance that it's speed locked.
Yeah, that's just how logic is. That's progression logic. It would be a shame if she goes to check Mission Impossible.
Which
thinking, thinking like, what if it's speed locked? What if it's speed locked? Oh no, please don't. Oh no. Oh, I'm manifesting all the wrong things here. I need to stop. No. I would hate if she's thinking to herself that, what if it's speed locked? Hoping this is speed. Oh god.
Welcome to Spazer, mrock. Oh, space. Oh, would have been a nice constellation Mission Impossible.
And I think she was okay, please let it not be speed lock. Please. She
has to go to the right and then down. Yeah, nice criteria.
mrock played this really well though. Like,
I know
everything
that's
all considered.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She played a very good game. She identified the progression items and what she needed to do. She didn't forget about where she was locked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this one thing of something that rarely happens. I wouldn't say rarely, but like, and then a major in a West Ocean that was terribly difficult to get to. Wait, well, now that I say that, the map, wreck ship was blocking the map. For all we know, Ridley could be just to the right. I don't know why I was so hung up on the map. There's a chance that Ridley could just be to the right of the room.
Of not the Decora room, right?
The Decora room, yeah.
I thought that was I thought that was an energy refill.
Oh, was it an energy refill?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
and then he turned back. Oh, it was a dead end.
yeah.
Oh,
hmm
yeah.
I thought you had seen something like before that.
No, yeah, it started right into. Oh, mrock. Oh,
Yes. Okay. I thought you meant like there was.
yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Right now she's freaking out. She's
Oh
freaking out.
no.
She's hoping. Oh God, maybe Ridley's here.
Yeah.
Maybe Ridley's here, and it's not.
That. That's super disheartening. I mean, Tony felt it, and Emrock feeling it even like more intensely because.
Right. Because she didn't have a save scum.
Hmm
Even if she didn't check it initially at West Ocean, if she had saved there at the red elevator, she would say, "Oh, I can just revert my save," and then she would be, probably a little bit behind Tony because she would have to go to the left and then to the right. Um, but yeah, because I don't know. She last saved at the ship, but that was before she beat
Weekly
that was before she beat Cantuna.
or Fantoon, yeah, I think so. No, she might have gotten a
before
refill.
Dragon.
Yeah, before Dragon for sure though.
Maybe it was before Dragon. Yeah, maybe it was after Fantoon before Dragon because she would have to run right into the ship on her way back out.
Hmm
Yeah, Lunix, that was the exact save that Tony reverted to once he found out that Ridley was speed locked, and we were wondering if Mrock would do the same, and she skipped out on it. She was looking at the map. I think it was in Brinstar. She did not pan over to see West Ocean. If she would remember that there was a major there, she might have save scummed it. Or she might have saved it. Yeah, so she did not use that save. Is she going major hunting now?
I think so. There's not. I think she's just. Oh, this is like the worst part because any nearby.
Oh no!
Yeah. So it's gonna be a last location on speed, and I mean it makes sense to do this because the last thing you're thinking is, I'm not gonna want to backtrack all the way to the beginning of.
I wonder if she forgot about it.
Oh. I mean, you
lopped her with the moral of the story here. Yeah, if you don't know where your bosses are, all your bosses are, then objectively, it's not a bad idea to keep going for majors. But that's the thing too. Like, it's not a given. Lunix is coming back with, if you commit to speed, sometimes you don't need it, and then you end up losing. So it's hard.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is you got to save. You got to save often because you can't underestimate the power of revert. Sorry, Spazer.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so you can make an art. That's the funny thing about like randomizers, especially Super Metroid randomizers, not just Map Randos, is that you can pretty much think of like every multiverse scenario of like, you know, to justify why you did something, why something's a play, and why something isn't. Because you can, there's always something to point to. There's always like you can always be like, well, I lost because you didn't get speed, or not checked every major, or I lost because I did skip speed. It's like there's so many ways about it, especially in a race setting, mainly because yeah, you kind of just don't want to be checking too much, especially if you're already go mode. You're gonna end up losing time. There's just so many ways to justify just about everything.
Well, yeah, and that's, luck is when fortune meets opportunity. if you're prepared, and you know, and Tony knew, right? He knew there's a chance that this could be something important, but I'm willing to lay down a save. Those are the
Mhm.
things that, lessons that you can take from it. It's just like, yeah, what are the
Yeah.
odds this happen to be speed? But well, if you account for it, then then you'll be more prepared in case the luck initially doesn't go your way. So it's a good lesson for anyone. Just, you gotta take all possibilities in this case. There's billions of ways. I say billions. There's millions of ways these maps can be generated, and you just never know what can happen. We had a speed lock in a game earlier. I think it was a Lunix seed or something like that, where just if speed wasn't a thing, it's a victory, but it
Mhm.
was a thing and it's a loss. But how prepared are you for it when that happens, so that you can take advantage of something or make the best of it? And
For
Tony
sure.
did, and that's why he's likely to win game one.
You know what's interesting? Because you were talking about like being prepared or taking into account, the potential locks, and namely the speed lock here. It's interesting because mrock did, just not early enough, right? Um, and not that was like a flaw or anything, but
Right.
she did it when she went to go check Mission Impossible, and then ended up being Space Jump.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the nuance. So all I want to say is just make sure to give both runners a follow. Like they really did excel in like multiple things. Mrock had such a strong start for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
We just had to witness and we had to go to the emotional roller coaster, D Rocky.
Yeah.
It's something.
I mean, you think about it, like, okay, Tony did the right thing to save Scum. Again, it was to
Mhm.
him in his mind, it was like a 1 in 6 chance that it would actually be speed. I mean, it's
Yep.
1 in 3, but he thought of it as 1 in 6, and still he went to go back and make sure, and that it paid off. It's it's crazy. Um, but I think Tony will admit it himself. He didn't have the strongest beginning of the game. If you ask him at the end of this that he blinded way too much for his liking, but there are some things that he's adapting to, which is how the saves work, and it helped him tremendously here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that save scum was huge. I think to a degree, although this is where like if Tony did not have that save scum and had to backtrack everything, he
yeah,
would still be slightly ahead. But I think Mrock gains more time on him because of movement, refill, not having like she doesn't have to refill anything.
I agree, Lunix. That's not a fun speed location because if Emrock because Emrock saw this earlier when she was looking, and I told Sephi, like, that is a terrible West Ocean to
Mm-hmm.
get there, and like if it was anything easier, she probably goes and she gets that. But since she had kind of committed to the criteria, she even kind of hunted for things like bombs and whatnot, or hunted for speed and ended up getting bombs. It was the right mentality. I think
Yep.
there was the one wrong one that she didn't look at. And Tony had the right idea to do Dragon first, and then he did Dragon, and then he went to C before getting speed. So
Yeah, the only thing it's interesting, and it's not to downplay how Tony executed because he did everything well, and he's still adapting to a lot. Like Mrock does have a lot more experience doing map randos than Tony, for
true.
sure. And I think in this case, it was kind of like a matter of like seeing who notices the speed lock first, and that's kind of who's ahead. But yeah, that was a
timer,
quick fight.
guys. It's a fairly long trek back. I'm gonna guess minute 50.
Yeah,
No,
I literally was gonna. I was gonna
let's
say
go
minute
2.
50.
Yeah, let's go. I'll go 2 minutes to spin. Oh my god.
Oh, okay, that's a very lengthy escape. I mean, it was like, I guess Mother Brain is
gotta go
kind of like
through.
smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, you go through Meridia and then Brimstone. The Meridia, you're not in there for very long. You go right in. You climb wreck ship. Actually, that is kind of a. You go to Brinstar and then to Criteria. Shouldn't be an issue for Tony though. He's got good movement. He'll check the map a few times, but that's not going to impact the time, obviously, in terms of the in-game timer.
High five there.
I think Tony's thinking, "Oh my gosh, mrock could win this at any second."
I believe so too. It's it is scary. I mean, he abandoned a lot of major items, and
Right.
it could have helped them. Like, especially seeing that he has plasma, and there was like he was blind checking a lot of the early game. Could have ran into like charge, and Fry knows he might choke the escape like 20 times.
It's only appropriate that we come up with a cope for mrock because we were coping very hard for Tony 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely. It's just like little brain exercises. Like, okay, well, this person has a lead. What can this other person do potentially? Like, whether they know that.
Oh no! No.
Okay, wait. Okay. That was actually awesome because that was a cool grab that saved her life. The yapping mom saved her life there.
Oh, because that kills her. Did that continue to kill her HP?
Yeah, as long as you're stuck there, you're gonna be sparking really slow.
God. I'm sure there's some like insane tech for like randos or something.
I don't. I was kind of wild. Oh, there's Rippy.
Yeah, Tony's got this. I think you mentioned before, Sephi. What were the bands?
Oh, I didn't even mention them. I didn't even see them.
You said who picked what.
All I mentioned was the mode that they're racing. I don't know how to check the picks or anything. I have no idea how inertia works. The physics and the site.
Oh yeah, there's an inertia thing. Yeah, I don't know. If you unequip speed, does that kill the grind spot?
That's
anyway,
a good point.
To Tony.
Love it. Does GG
for comeback. I think 1 hour 13 is high times for both of these players. They'll admit there are times things that they could have done better. Russia's gonna slowly die in the acid. 07.
That's so real.
07's in the chat. Well, mrock lost her first game against Crazed Gamer in similar heartbreaking fashion. She roared back to take games 2 and 3. There's your cope, chat. You're asking for cope. There's your cope. But that was a big win from Tony. We will see who or what the next game mode is, and if mrock can get that win back, or if we're gonna have a quick 2-0 victory. So I'm sure they want to take a break. Stephanie, anything before we take off for the next few minutes?
Yeah, don't leave. Anybody, like nobody leave. Hold and
Don't.
stay fan tuned for.
Oh, while
match
you're
two.
at it, why don't you follow the racers? Exclamation R. Gotta love that sound effect. Let us know we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We are set for Game 2, Varia plus Movement between mrock and tonytyoung. I have Sefi with me on comms, Stu doing the thankless job of tracking. Thank you, Ostu, for that, of course. Yeah, mrock will have to draw upon her experience of getting over tough defeats in Game 1. She, like I said earlier, she did this a couple rounds ago, overcoming a Game 1 loss and taking the last two. And we do have a bit of an uphill battle for her. And Tony is, as I've mentioned before in the past, he is a learning machine. He gets stronger the more he plays these. So it'll be interesting to see if she can get that game back and force a Game 3, or if we're going to be done here shortly.
Hold. Yeah. Good luck to the runners. Good luck to you, D Rocky. Ooh, instant morph. So no need to go on that track.
The anti-Nevdi morph. What a beast.
Yeah, this is good. Oh, already route divergence. That's it. It's over. Someone's already won. I just don't know who it is yet. Oh, it might be mrock actually.
Power bombs.
Because power bombs. Yep. Into another major.
Energy
should
tank.
be screw attack. Charge. Let's go. Okay, this might be a speedy one then. Maybe.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I didn't see who rolled what, but if I had to guess, I think mrock picked double suit and Tony picked Varia movement. These are the kinds of things that he's very familiar with, doing things like double spring ball jumps and in general moving around water. He can UWJ, which I'm jealous of. A lot of stuff that you don't typically get in a Kraid Fantoon Dragon Ridley speed run. So it'll be interesting to see how mrock adapts to that.
Yeah, Tony making a really clever choice here in mode, mainly because he's playing to what he already has an advantage in, and it's like the difficult stuff, the underwater wall jumps. I mean, all the Meridia tech, he can definitely and because this mode more often than not does force those rooms in logic. It's likely that he's just gonna try to get like whatever sort of tiny
their speed
advantage. Although if the seed doesn't give it to them, then yeah, that's something. Oh my god,
Tony, you could have used spring ball.
So yeah, so anything that Tony could like bust out, like some advanced tech, like double spring ball jumps, uwus, underwater wall jumps, like if they can somehow help him clinch a strong like lead, that's a benefit for him.
Like for example, let's take Dragon for example. You approach from top right, you kill Dragon, but in the next room to the left, you have his vanilla room with like a missile, so you can't get a running jump out. Tony knows how to double springball jump. Does mrock know how to? That's the question. You know, things like that to allude to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I also have a funny anecdote for Tony. I mean, he's in Everest and he has to do a simple climb or a simple jump that you can do a regular springball jump. He elects to UWJ it because he's a Chad, and it's just the things that he's used to.
Yeah.
And that kind of familiarity is only going to help him. And in mrock's case, it's how much can she adapt to that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, being willing to bust into that, like something like that for like Dragon, I guess it's really more mainly like the consistency that Tony has in some of these strats over mrock. But that said, though, mrock does know more Map Rando logic in general, so that's what's gonna be to her favor, and it's not necessarily fully saying that Tony has the full advantage in these seeds, in these modes. It's literally just him trying to like think about like, I wonder where I can actually kind of get a lead. But I'm pretty sure, since they're seeing each other in the finals, like they're both just as equal.
So I didn't see where Tony got his initial super missiles. Yeah, I was about to ask that. I didn't see. I don't. It wasn't at Golden Chorizo.
I think it was wasn't it over at the spiky this room?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That Rox is in.
Oh, nice X-ray. Bonk. Semifinals trot.
Okay. So supers found. We gotta find a super door or missile door.
Oh, Gary's gonna go the wrong way. You gotta be careful. He's gonna take 50 health.
Yeah, and then taking a hit from. This is also kind of scary too. Taking a hit from Shack Tool, it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't blame her for doing that. Not even gonna do Ridley with 5 and 10.
Ooh, Rock's in a good place.
Tony's been dealing in Meridia for a little bit. Mrock's still in Norfair hanging around. That's a risky play. He's gonna go. I don't know if it wraps around. He saved a couple minutes ago.
Should maybe more supers.
Oh yeah, they have charge. Yeah, Tony could have easily done that Ridley fight. I mean, he could afford, maybe 2 or 3 hits, but it's possible.
Yeah, he can definitely do it. Right.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot really blocking their way from getting back. I forgot they have speed as well. So usually when you have these one way, especially with that green gate, a lot of the time there's Croc Speedway that connects you back, but they have that settled with speed right there anyway. So Cack Alley could be an issue. They got X-ray, so Ice Clip is easy. Oh yeah, for some things, yeah.
All right, this is gonna be the last. Although, is Tony gonna risk it? What's the most recent save? Tony's going in. Oh, Tony's going in, and he knows it because he can get an objective out of the way. And this also leads to the map.
Yeah, but okay, I guess, but you only do this if you think that this area is a dead end and you don't want to have to come back to this area. I don't know if this area branches out, so it could be very possible that you could just get some items and then on your way back get Ridley. But in any case, I called Tony a coward. He is doing the anti-coward thing.
See, this is what happens when you manifest that. Yeah.
Okay, he has one more hit and he's done.
He has no hits. He can't take any hits.
One hit, yeah.
Oh, right. Ooh, there it is. F. So how much does he lose here? I can't.
Yeah, it's not terrible. He still has 15.
Still, though, that said, I applaud the attempt.
I think you hold off on this.
You do.
I was
Ridley is pretty baity early on, and because you don't really know like the map layouts or anything, like For all we know, Plasma could be right down here.
When in Emrock's case, she has Phaser. I mean, I know it's Norfair,
Oh yeah, that's
so it's
weaker
not
than
exactly
Vanilla
where
Bean.
he is. I wonder if Emrock would be comfortable. She hasn't done PRKD. At least not recently.
Look, you didn't even have to do Ridley for the map too, so that's what I was kind of hoping for.
Hey, Emrock, you can get this map.
All right, good spark. Nice job, Emrock.
Refill.
One more item for Tony. Is it a major? No. Do you think Tony gets like almost every ammo here?
Right.
I think
see, he was able to go around.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So it wasn't locked. It could have had potential to kill two birds, one stone, but I think the hope was more to just get the map and not have to deal with Ridley early.
True. So let's see how this branches out. If you see Meridia going in different directions, like if you have Brinstar on the right or something, I think you leave Ridley alone for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mother Brain's right there. You don't need to take Ridley. By all means,
save
grab
Ridley
those majors.
last.
Yeah. He is stuck on this half of the map though. Until he
That is true.
No, he could ice clip. He can ice clip the B-Tom.
Or if even just this backtrack too. This revert.
Interesting. I think I would have went around and grabbed some of those majors. I don't know what, because I guess he's still technically he's like a plasma and 2 energy tanks away from go mode.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm talking about right here. So there's Dragon like right next to her, right? And I guess she can technically get out of there. What she can do, she can store a Shine Spark, a short charge or a Shine Spark from the previous room, run into the Dragon, and then do a diagonal Shine Spark. So, I think she's gonna save. I think you take care of,
a save.
The
save is. I wouldn't be mad at the save, but that's not to say that she can't do this either, because it is pretty easy. You just hug the wall and.
Yeah, easier on for me. It's easier on the right. With the left, you have to do it. You have to time a jump. Yeah, Dragon will smack you for 80, I think. But then you have to also have the HP. You have to have the HP to survive the frying. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it should be
close.
fine.
Get close. Here we go. Nicely done. You should have more than enough. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, usually with Varia, it ends up working out. It's a great kill there. Tony has such great movement items right now, though.
So right here, she can get a charge. Be able to. Oh, she's just gonna do it this way.
Yeah, it was too soon.
Is high jump
Seen
not
sometimes.
good for this? Will she bump it? Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it can be tricky with high jump sometimes.
Yeah, she'll bump it.
You're probably just safe for taking off high jump, or if you do high jump. I said do, my bad. I've seen some instances where you could just kind of like run, jump, and then morph midair, and then unmorph to try to just.
Oh yeah, that's if I think you have fewer tiles. I think that's That is some like almost expert, I think, or very hard.
Okay, well, mrock has a boss down. Objective ways, she's ahead, but Tony does have
I like Tony's
space
knowledge of the map.
Mhm.
Like, okay,
Right.
here's Mother Brain. I don't need to mess around with Ridley. I see where I can connect to Brinstar and Criteria. She doesn't have that knowledge yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a bit before mrock has that knowledge, especially if she's gonna be. She had somewhere. If she held somewhere else, it's
Wasteland?
Wasteland.
What's going on in Wasteland?
I don't.
This is scary.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I really don't.
Is there Wasteland into Musketeers? Yeah, this is not.
And I get it, right? You can get Gravity or something like that potentially,
Yeah.
and maybe she's kinda, like, thinking about the last match, "Oh, I have to check every major because you never know if it's the one thing that I need." But, I mean, that's just such a with only one, E-tank and the time investment on it, I'm not the biggest fan, so I don't blame her for bailing on it, at least for now.
Tony can't do that.
Nice supers there. Super's a little less useful because of charge and Spazer and Ice, but it's still nice to have, you know.
Oh gosh, I think Tony goes. You gotta
You gonna do
do.
it?
He has to go to Musketeers staircase. Yeah, you go to staircase because I don't think lava dive is worth it. It seems like it could take you like around. I think mrock. Do you feel mrock is in a better position at this point to try to do Wasteland?
She's counting the power bombs in her head. She needs at least 6.
Yeah.
Either that or she has to, it could be 4 and then, a short charge mock ball or speed ball, yeah, yeah.
Another thing of it is finding enough. Nice, Tony's throw. Finding enough power bombs like on the way on the other
Yeah,
side.
again, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of doing that.
Yeah. It is really risky. So Tony goes the lava dive route now?
He's gonna try it. No.
Or backtracking? I don't know how you feel about this. It is Torian, so it's a smaller area, but sometimes
You never know if there's something there that, as we know with wrecked ship.
Yeah, you know how like octopus and an octopus can like crawl through like the smallest, tiniest holes. I feel like that's Torian or even wrecked ship, and it's like Phantoon could be tucked away somewhere here.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I am fairly confident that if mrock wanted to, and if a save is close by, I think she could take Ridley right now. She has 15 supers. She knows how to do the Ridley manipulation.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Hammer could definitely do Ridley. It's oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, because there's supers right here.
Yep. 3 tanks, so Tony's chilling. Hammer's gonna be at 20. There's so much risk. I like that this seed does get you to be risky. Like the options are there with Wasteland, with Musketeers
Yeah.
with the Musketeer staircase or with the Ridley fight.
Makes you think. With that said, a save would be nice at some point.
Yep.
I just have a fear when it comes to only 5 power bombs, you know, that you could be soft locked. I don't
Yeah.
I don't really have any concern for her health wise, just because she's good enough to avoid damage or knows where the farm stuff is. But all right, so if you go down,
To the right.
now Mrock is Mrock going to drop down,
Not
knowing
yet,
that she
probably.
probably won't get back up. She needs to have saved, to really feel confident about that. Again, though, she could freeze the dude and get back up if she needed to.
Yeah. Which can be in logic too, so.
I didn't know that. I haven't come across anything where progression was blocked by that. But then again, I haven't done a lot of Varia Plus. It makes sense though,
Yeah.
and it's fairly easy. I just haven't had it. Okay, Stemo's saying it
Nice.
is.
Yeah, it is in logic. It's not
Oh,
likely.
go do it. You can do it, Mrock.
Okay, yeah, Mrock can definitely do this fight now. It's still scary.
Oh, and there's the
but
save
yeah,
there.
you have to do it now, I think. If
I
you're
can read lips. It says I'm doing it, and I'm gonna come back and win 2-1, and I'm gonna destroy Unforeseen Menace next week. I think that's what she said.
obviously you still don't want to have to do it, but if you're looking at a potential soft lock or no way back, I think you just do it.
Right.
Though.
You're saying I'm good. I'm having tacos for dinner.
On a Sunday, yep.
Yeah.
Taco Sunday.
Yeah. It's like the new Taco Tuesday, but only for those people who are in the know. And if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Honestly, yeah, gatekeep tacos. Oh, Tony, don't. Oh my goodness.
Tony, could you not, please?
Okay. All right, hold. Yep, here it is. Hold. It's time.
So this is what, 200 damage? Spacer Ice charge. 25 times 600 is 15, so she would need 15 ice shots too. Or she could do, yeah, I think that's what it is, 15.
This
interesting choice
Ice
to go for the
Spacer?
scoopers. Now I would
200?
use, yeah. There we go. Then again, Mrock is very good at Ridley, albeit with wave.
Okay, so she will get a chance to. Oh yeah, just chilling now. Definitely chilling.
Yep,
Just the
yep.
supers
Finish it up.
left.
Yep. 4, 3, 2,
Really
1,
good fight.
0.
That's
And
actually
he's
awesome.
dead. Excellent. Guys, clap it up in the chat for Mrock.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so this really, really, really good.
And then she'll be able to save here because there's a save at the top right of Big Beans. Sorry, Big Pink.
Tony going up. Mrock is definitely in such a good position as far as like her pathing, her routing.
Yeah, it's because Tony still has to get back to Ridley, and I don't think there's anything left of Norfair. So I think everything else. I think she could be done with Norfair and Meridia, at least on the west side, and then should be able to just work her way through Criteria and Brinstar.
Now, I see Tony's going in the direction of the major item.
The one that Wasteland.
Yeah, Wasteland and Three Musketeers. If that is gravity, I think that
Yeah,
would be the
plasma
only
would
thing
be
that's
okay
worth.
too.
Yeah.
But you might get Spazer later on. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything here that would super make it worth his while, unless it's gravity, and even then, it's quite a trek that as Lunix alluded to. I actually prefer
Yeah.
these to be power bombs for mrock, by the way.
Yeah, the power bombs are gonna come in clutch.
He's gonna go
Maybe
get this major here.
Maybe Tony just wants the health refill for Dragon. Doesn't feel comfy. Oh! Okay, dodge.
Lunix is guessing wave. I'll go plasma.
All right.
No, plasma and
Gravity.
wave. Plasma and wave.
Gravity here?
Oh,
Square attack's not
screw
bad.
that.
Square attack
Good for movement, but I don't know where space was. Was that in the west side of Meridia?
It was here. It was in this location that Tony's in. Or that's excuse me, Tony. That Mrock's in.
Yeah, it might have been west. Oh, it was in base was in north there. Okay.
More supers.
All right. Well, she's good to go. She's loaded. She really doesn't need anything else to beat the game at this point.
Nope.
Gravity though, hold.
Gravity could be here.
No
bombs. Oh.
You're here. Might as well just take it. In the off chance that you do run low on power bombs.
I am really surprised that Tony's not going to check the major item.
He's taking a lot of time going for some ammo and some health, which okay, I get it, but you'll get a lot of health on the way. Like you said, maybe he's just not confident about the Dragon fight. I don't see why he wouldn't though. This underwater thing is his sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually also really confused. He could definitely have the safest fight.
Right. I would go criteria first. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. She fell down anyway, so. Down, what do you call it?
New
The
area.
The poop chute?
Yeah, the poop chute, because it shoots poop.
When was the last time Tony saved?
Just like less than a minute ago or so.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he took the save that was like closest to Wasteland.
Yeah,
and that's why
right.
I was confused.
Yeah. Nice E-tank, by the way. Now mrock really is go mode. Although I'm sure she'll probably want one or two more E-tanks. Oh, no. So she can't get the items in Aqueduct.
Nope.
That's okay.
Oh, okay, so Tony doesn't have a setup for Dragon, that's why.
Doesn't have a setup.
Unless he got a little worried about the double goop.
That's not the best spot to yeah. So for Tony, he has to be on that ledge there, and he has to jump right when Dragon grabs him. Oh yeah,
yeah. That's why I'm like confused.
Jump up on that ledge. Jump up on the ledge, Tony. Jump up on the ledge.
I think it's mainly because there's double goops. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
why. I think
that double goop like sends you down, right?
He wants to get a single goop that he can just like jump
right here. So this is the easy side. Tony, what?
I am
Tony, please, dude.
I don't know.
This is not the guy that destroyed me 2-0. What is going on?
Yes, it is. There it is. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
there he is.
You chilling.
There's that guy.
Let's see. Okay, so how do you... Okay, so Tony definitely not in the best position. Tony did have a lot of info compared to mrock, but now mrock, 2 bosses down, traveling through everything.
Does mrock have a save scum in case Brinstar has nothing? Oh boy.
This is all underwater. Everything
This
is
is
underwater here. I mean, thankfully, this isn't a double spring wall jump.
right. You can use the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Lunix, I don't know the last time she saved. Yeah, I don't see any in there. She's gonna.
It might have been a while. Tony's going where?
So because this is a water map, that's the way of indicating that Fantoon is not here. So really, she's banking on Kraid. Oh!
Oh no.
You can do a double spring ball jump, Mrock.
Yeah, she's got this for sure. Everyone, channel your energy over to mrock.
Transfer. Five. There we go. All right,
Yeah,
this
it
should be a
should be
spring
good.
ball jump. You'll wait till the last second before you do that hop. No. Wait for it to go down. There you go. Okay. That should be a good position for her.
Gosh. Okay. This is some divergence.
Nice.
Mrock, although
Yeah.
she doesn't know it, has to hope that there's no boss here where Tony is.
And Turian, right?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Hold. Let's see what boss there is here. Any of these locations? Oh no.
Wreck
It's a boss.
ship.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wreck ship.
I think you revert.
You think so?
I think you revert, and then you can drop back down because, well, I forgot how. No, because if you revert, then you lose
Fantoon here?
probably too many items. But at this point, this water movement is so slow.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. You're right.
Yeah, I'd probably revert. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh.
And that's also kind of gross because it's literally worst room in the game.
Well,
Oh,
he has speed. Tony has speed, so that's not going to.
true.
Or space jump. So that's not an issue.
I mean, yeah, he does have speed too, so that would help him spark up here as well.
Mrock saved just after Ridley out of Big Pink.
Oh.
So this is quite the turn. I think Mrock, well, I don't know what's gonna compel her to go back to Turian.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's much like in the way that would encourage her to go back to Turian until she goes and sees that there are no more bosses.
Yeah.
So again,
you know what time it is, D-Rocky?
Oh, are we taking? Oh.
Okay,
So,
I was gonna say it's. Sorry to interrupt. I was just gonna say it might be time to play the cope game.
Oh yeah. So the cope game. All right, are you guys ready for the cope game? Tony heads back to Norfair, or to where Ridley is. And, well, there really isn't much. The big thing for mrock is she has to go through wreck ship quickly and then to Crateria quickly, sees that there's nothing there, quickly double revert back to Big Pink, and then go back to Turian. That's the big cope. And if Tony somehow, because he's kind of low on HP, if he tries the Ridley fight here and gets bodied, that's another cope. But he's gonna farm along the way. I don't think, he'll be good to go for the Ridley fight. 25 supers, yeah, and he has Spazer. I think he'll be fine with that regard.
Part of the only one tiny cope I can kind of just think of for mrock is runs into gravity and Tony doesn't somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah. Well, there's a major up here. Why is she not checking wreck ship? Oh, Tony.
And it's something like
major
this.
First.
Yeah. Major first. This is gravity. Tony skips this because he beelines it over to wreck ship when he gets here.
Yep.
Finds Fantoon. Mrock can make some. Yeah, Mrock can make some time up on not having to farm up this much for this lava dive. If she does have if she does somehow find gravity.
All right, let's see. Oh, it's gravity.
Okay.
All right.
So this is really good for mrock.
Because Tony's going to be doing a lot of the same things underwater, and that's just going to slow him down. So what mrock has to hope is that there's a boss here in wrecked ship, because if Tony goes to Crateria first and sees that Fantoon is there, then he'll know where all the bosses are, and he won't need to go into Brinstar and wrecked ship. All right, this is kind of scary.
This is actually really scary.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's no! Oh god!
So that's a huge
that is before.
time
That is a revert before Kraid.
Yep.
So just as we had the pendulum swing one way, it is now completely in mrock's favor. She has gravity. I mean, I guess she still has to go back to Turian, right? But he has to do this all over again.
Yeah, with the potential to have to farm, do that farm session again.
Yeah, this is brutal. And then with mrock, it'll be free because she'll have gravity.
Yeah. So this was definitely the cope. Although, of course, we don't like it when runners take a reset or a death or anything.
Yeah.
But this is what mrock pretty much needed.
Lopter, I think if mrock had a save... Oh, she's taking a tour. Cool. If mrock had taken a save early, like right after getting gravity, or even somewhat before that, I think she would have the courage to do a lava dive. But knowing that, we've all done that before.
It's always nice.
So, can anyone tell me if lava dive without or with high jump and without gravity is in logic?
I don't know why, but that just seems like...
It seems pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yo, nice KQK. This could be Fantoon. Never mind.
Oh. Wait, this not being Fantoon
means it's in Crateria.
That sucks.
Yeah, because that means that means that Tony does not have to go into Brinstar or Wreck Ship at all.
If Tony can get there, that is.
Yeah, again, it's a lot of it's dependent here on. He's taking a lot of damage here. Gravityless
worst-
lava dive is not logical.
Right. I think the question was lava dive with no high jump, right? But with gravity?
No, lava dive with high jump without gravity. I don't think it makes a difference anyway, because you can't get your gravity jump without it. I think it's very hard. Okay. All right, hold for Tony again.
Okay. Take your time. Wall jump off the chin. Perfect. That should be good enough height.
No.
Not the break spin.
One hit and he's cooked.
Gosh.
One hit and he's cooked. Oh no.
You gotta go back. Okay. Oh my gosh, Tony.
Oh my god.
Tony.
Oh my god.
Okay, but you gotta play so safe now. Don't take a hit, just hold. He's looking for a refill.
Oh my god.
That was gross. But he never has to do that again so long as he never dies.
Oh my god. Don't get hit by a dude.
Yeah, you can't. You just play it safe. Just keep yourself safe, please. Okay, so there's criteria. Oh, but here's kind of like the baity part of it. Because you do have to
criteria
go
map has to be close for
boss,
mrock.
right?
Criteria map has to be close for mrock. She will fight Fantoon, but she will not see Kraid here. So for me, I think it's down to if Tony checks criteria first, I think he wins.
Yeah. Yep.
If he gets bogged down in Brinstar, then
Now, do you think that he checks criteria first? I feel like there is a lean
the
to
only
check
reason
criteria first for the ship, right?
Yeah.
Location.
Yeah, the only reason why mrock didn't check criteria, I believe, is because she fell to the bottom.
Oh.
So what Nevdi is saying is that the cope is that he does the exact same thing that mrock does and says, "Oh, well, Brinstar's right here. I'll just check that out first," and then gets lost in there.
Yeah. I mean,
all things being equal, I do tend to check criteria first because I like knowing where the ship is. I don't need that kind of unpredictability in my life.
You know what's really good though is that thankfully, because mrock's kind of almost back, and
Yeah.
at least criteria, like Fantoon, wasn't that far.
Right, but it won't be far for Tony either.
Yeah, I don't know how far the backtrack is.
Oh, there's a nice refill, that health refill there for Tony.
If he sees it.
You think how much water? Oh, so you're saying the water tech to get across the sand pit or the bottom of the sand pit? I think Tony knows how to get across that. If you're referring to the sand pit that mrock just crossed. Okay, so now mrock is going to notice that Kraid is not here. Gotta get out of there now.
Just looking. Can't find it. Panicking.
T. She saw a T up there.
Yeah, that nod of no. I feel it.
I do think this will be close, though. I don't know how far. I forgot how far in Dragon, or I mean, oh, Kraid was. You have to go through the lava dive and then go down to the right and then up.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what he
All right,
does.
is Tony? Yeah, where's Tony going?
Tony, this is a hold. I feel like if he goes all the way down, he's
Oh my God!
gonna go back up.
Oh, see,
Tony?
he's gonna go check out Criteria.
It did make sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Because ship location.
Yep.
Oh gosh, yep. Now, tiny. Well, no, like there's just no cope. Yeah, like Tony's just gonna have to do the water movements much slower. How fast?
There's only
is
one
mrock?
water room though. The only water room is right here, the right of ship.
To get to Kraid, I mean.
For who?
So for Tony, I think there's like a bunch of water rooms, right? That they have to go through. And I mean, it's everything that mrock already did, except that she ended up clearing everything so fast.
No, that was all for Brinstar. He's not going to go to Brinstar because this is where Phantoon is.
Oh right, I don't know why I keep thinking that Kraid was somewhere else. I'm so cooked. I'm sorry. I got like seed bleed. You're right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, Tony still has to fight Ridley.
But he has the ship refills, so.
But he's close. That's close to Mother Brain. Tony did re-kill Kraid, and then he made it out of Lava Dive with like 3 HP left.
It was too clutch.
That was very sick. So yeah, I forgot that you got to get through Norfair to get to Turian. It's just a lot of backtracking for mrock, and when Tony gets out, he'll be in Meridia. He'll do a little bit of Main Street climbing, which is a little bit of water, but yeah, nice Phantoon kill.
Did she not see it actually? No, she sees it, right?
Well, she saw it. She just wants to make sure that she didn't skip Kraid anywhere else on the map.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then he'll shine spark through Main Street. Yeah, so that's not going to be a big issue either.
No need for the map. You can just backtrack. Plus instant ship. I think Tony just wants to blind check things or poop. Wait.
You're going not through the top.
Yeah,
he wants to skip going through.
Oh, unless
he's fine.
Unless that grabbed him. Unless he sparks like mrock did in the previous race.
Yep, you gotta go through Lava Dive, mrock.
Yes, that is fine. Oh, unless weighing the decisions, either it's the... Yeah, so this is exactly what Tony was thinking to himself. Although, he didn't go to the line.
Oh, she was looking for a save there.
I don't know if it was a save. I think she was just weighing the option of, what do I want to do? Do I want to do the staircase and hope that the middle door takes me right to the map? Or is it actually Lava Dive? Like, this is where Tony also got stuck.
Tony did this, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then so up there, that's just gonna take you to the bottom. So yeah, don't even bother. Yeah. She's gonna go do Lava Dive.
Yep, perfect.
Surprised Tony didn't shine spark there. Maybe he tried and I didn't see it.
Yeah, maybe it just wasn't. It wasn't for him. part of it is just, you know, being able to read like what room comes next, maybe. So
Yeah.
I think anyone else that's a little bit more seasoned with map randos would be able to recognize, oh, get the speed from here and then spark up and all that.
All right. Grades right there. Worst room in the game. She doesn't have space. So still, it should be a little tricky, but she has screw attacks, so she can get rid of these guys. And then she has to look for that crevice right where that crack is. Right underneath, right there, yeah.
Yeah, it's usually your visual cue.
That's also why I don't like to do themed map tiles.
Sometimes they do have like
So some of them do
a
have like
substitute,
Bubble.
right?
You're right, Bubble Mountain. Like Bubble Mountain helps. Like if you're doing Bryn Star or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does. You're right. It does help some cues out.
So yeah, sometimes. I only know because I always play with map tiles randomized. Tony playing it safe too. Excellent, quick kill.
I don't blame him. So Tony will probably get this, and he'll get this Ridley simply enough, and then Mother Brain will be right there, and yeah, that'll be it. Not much more room for error for mrock, and even then, I think it's probably asking too much. You're thinking, maybe a failed escape, but the escape is going to be so close. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's under a minute.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, like Ridley still hits really hard because
Yeah.
Tony is missing that gravity, so wrong pickups and you might die.
Nice. All right, gravity jump here. I think that should be fine. Oh no.
Oh.
There we go. Perfect.
Tony heading over after this refill.
Very nice refill there. Although he could have done it with 5 supers and ice charge Spazer. All right, we have time right here. Let's get our predictions in for the escape time. It's going to be very short. I'm going to give you that spoiler alert.
And maybe like 55.
It's slow room, but I think it's cope.
Yeah, it is very slow. I think where it's hard to tell is what you gotta do to traverse it. Mrock's making.
Oh, okay. So here is the cope. Here's the cope. One ketchup takes him out.
Yep. So.
But he does have a save, like fairly recent. I mean, look at that. He's taking a lot of damage here.
The good thing is that the super does make it a really quick fight.
Yeah, he does have 30, but he can't miss any.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he can't miss any.
He can miss 4 super. He could take 4 missiles, or he can miss 4 missiles. Oh, he has charge.
Yeah,
So
and he has charge.
Yeah.
It's just anything that hits him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he would.
Just,
Watch the ketchup.
Gosh.
Oh god.
Nice.
Oh god.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was a sneaky. That was sneaky.
That was actually a sneaky second catch-up.
I say 35 seconds.
Oh, 35. That's pretty quick, actually.
Oh, okay, never
Oh,
mind.
110.
Farming for health. I don't blame her for getting a little bit of insurance, but obviously this works against her at this point. Oh yeah, you have to go through Big Pink. Big Pink sucks. I think they account for like 30 seconds on that. Oh no. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's right there. He's fine. Well, this again is going to break mrock's heart. She's pretty close. She's probably going to be done with Mother Brain by the time he gets to the ship. But yeah, we'll ask Aussie if we could maybe get that down to just for once, have it at 69 seconds. But yeah, that is it. It's GG's for Tony. mrock close there with a couple minutes behind, but yeah, he sneaks out with the win here. And GG's to both Tony and mrock for a very competitive series, even though it was only 2-0. Let's see if we can get both of them onto the commentary here for post-match interview. Let's also see if she elects to finish this out. No, so the lore here is that Samus kills Mother Brain, and in her guilt of destroying the planet, decides to take herself out with the rest of the planet. So, 07's in the chat for Samus. We will, in the meantime, we will wait to see if we can get Tony and mrock on. Oh. Steffi is ducking out of here, so Steffi's ducking out of here. So everyone say thank you to Steffi for helping out. That's why he could only have done 2 games. Exclamation C to follow him. With this sacrifice, Phazon will run rampant throughout the galaxy. Yeah, do we not know the lore here? All right, we got Tony waiting, and then we shall see if mrock decides to join as well. But yeah, thank you again, Steffi. It's always good to have someone to bounce stuff off with. He's the Wix fan, right? All right. Let's see. Got mrock and Tony in the lobby here, so we will ask them a few questions. The commands should be working. I don't know why they're not. In case you guys are trying to. And then they just we got to add mrock and Tony to the on-air channel. So give us just a moment as we sort things out. All right. We have mrock and Tony here to talk a little bit about the matches here after Tony's victory 2-0 over mrock and what was still a very close contest, as we could see from watching both races. Guys, first thoughts. If you guys want, you guys can kind of sort of direct it. If you want to talk about the first game or the second game, Tony, first words to you, if you would like.
I just want to start by saying GG's to mrock. I was definitely worried about this matchup. I know like she's new to Rando, but like her any percent is very close to mine, and she's been grinding. So I like this match was like well deservedly like she made top 4, and you know I was really worried about this matchup. But yeah, I feel like the first game I feel like both games I got pretty lucky. Because if really wasn't speed locked, I think I just lose.
Yeah.
And then if like even though she went out of her way to get gravity, like it was this close.
Well, and I didn't know it was gravity, right? Because I saw Criteria and I went Bryn first because I fell all the way down. And I was like, it's not that bad. And so I got the whatever 2 areas and they had nothing. And then there was a major, and like being traumatized by the first seed, I was like, I'm just going to go grab it. What if I need it? And I'm like, I don't know what it could be. And it was gravity. And I was like, okay, this is pretty fast. And I mean, I felt good the second seed, to be honest. Like, I thought I was going to win the second seed. So I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bummed, but I have heard that you are the one to win a bronze bracket. And I know that, you know, I feel good that the games were as close as they were. I'll say that.
So here's a funny thing, you know, Tony went without gravity, as you know.
Yeah.
He checked Turian first before he went down to Criteria, and so he knew he had the Kraid knowledge, and he did lava dive twice. The first time he died, second time he got out with about 5 HP, which is pretty crazy. And then so he knew that we knew that from watching both races that if he were to go to Criteria and see that there was the last boss there, then he would not need to go into Brinstar and then wreck ship. And what happened was he dropped down to Main Street like you did, but then decided to go back up, you know, that one tile up to go into Criteria, and that was the difference before he, you know, as opposed to going down to Brinstar and, you know, taking a lot of time to explore down there.
For sure. I mean, yeah, that's when we were talking offline, because I was like, once I found that Torian was in Kraid, I was like, okay, I lost because I didn't go to Torian first, but then I was like, oh, there's lava dive, and when I was in that area, I only had 2 energy tanks anyway, and I was like, okay, so maybe I can win this one, because how the heck did Tony get through here, right? And then he's like, oh, he had 4 energy tanks, and I was like, what the heck? But because when I was leaving that area, I was like, oh, I'm kind of cruising. But like I said, I've been practicing a lot because I've heard that Tony is the person to beat, and it's both bittersweet to have these games be as close as they were because I think it shows a lot of my progress. But of course, right?
Yep. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. You were firmly in the lead for large portions of both games. I think Tony said it himself. He got very fortunate. Well, let me take that back. Sort of fortunate, because he had a save at the red elevator. So when he went down to, I believe it was Turian, and found out that Ridley was speedlock, he instantly reverted back. And from there, he was able to check to see. And of course, it was still a 1 in 6 chance in his mind. It was, in reality, it was a 1 in 3 chance that it was speed, and it turned out to be speed. And from there,
the first seed you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
First seed. Because and I think I knew it was going through your head when you looked up there at first, mrock, when you went to West Ocean for the first time, is that you saw that it was up there, but then you saw that it was a really terrible route to actually get back there. So you figured, okay, I'll just check out the area on the left, which I think was Criteria. And then,
to be honest, I just forgot about Decora. Like, I went through all my head of the speed locks. I saw Croc, I saw Frogway, and Decora just never crossed my mind. And the fact that it like locked all of Rex ship was kind of So, I as soon as I felt so good about the first scene. As soon as I saw it was speed locked, my heart sunk. I was like, that's really unfortunate. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes a better play. Like he went and grabbed it after Dragon, and it didn't even cross my mind at that point because I felt like I was in such good go mode. Like I literally went through my thought processes. So I was like, I'm not doing an overlooky. There's no speed locks. Like I've gone through them all, right? But it just be like that.
Yep. Yeah, I think Tony was also a little bit of he did a little bit more blinding too, and that enabled you to kind of get the lead out in that first game for a bit. Tony, did you once you got wave and grapple, I believe, back in the first game, um, you still explored a little bit to try to see what was around Meridia. The map was at like the wreck ship tower. Was that just like something where you wanted to just look at stuff before you went to the map, or was that an oversight? Do you recall? I know it was like an hour and a half ago, so maybe
Yeah,
it's
so game one, I was looking for power bombs for the longest time, and I did like the low percent gravity jump to get up there without high jump, and it took me like a million tries, but I eventually got it. But I didn't have a way to like get up there without like any explosives or spring ball. So I was really confused the first game, and I unlocked the spoiler log afterwards, and I missed charge and screw attack somewhere, which probably is what was supposed to lead me to power bombs. But I did like the weird jump to get past the room before watering hole, and that ended up bringing me to the power bombs. But that's why I was blinding. I just wasn't sure what to do, and apparently I skipped charge and screw somewhere, so I have no idea what I did wrong.
Yeah, because the power bombs you could have got from beating Croc, which you did, and then go like around the long way and then come back up past Main Street. Mrock decided to, because she had charge and wave, she was able to actually kill Botwoon from the right side of the screen and then get the power bombs at Moat. And so she had power bombs before you did, and yet she was able to get the map in Meridia up the wreck ship tower once she got waved by waving through, blowing up the blocks there with her wave beam and then jumping up with the morph ball, even though she didn't have any explosives, and that's what enabled her to kind of get.
Oh, right. Just do the KBR strat.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so yeah, and then the second one was was closer in the sense that it was a tidier map, I think. There was route divergence from the very beginning. Tony giving Ridley a try with low ice strats, but then he went around, got the map, saw that Mother Brain was close by, and said, "I don't need to take Ridley on right now." And then so he decided to go to the left, take out Dragon and Kraid, and then he pretty much circumvented Brinstar entirely, which was where he was able to make up the time there. So that was really good routing from Tony. And Mrock, you played absolutely well for someone who's been sick the past couple weeks. The any percent strats are definitely showing in the runs with a lot of the tech. And it's very impressive to see both of you guys playing at a very high level in such a it's a high stakes game, right? The winner goes to finals to play Unforeseen Menace in the bronze bracket. So well done to both of you guys. I want to commend you guys for making it this far, and Tony, you do have one match to go. So I think we'll probably cut off here. So I wanted to just go through and see if there's any last thoughts or words from you guys. We'll start with Emra.
Oh, this is the Map Rando tournament was my first ever PvP. Like I've been playing Map Rando since I started speedrunning last August, but I'm not a competitive person, like only with myself, and so I've done lots of chill races, but nothing for points, nothing like no stakes on the line. Like I have a lot of performance anxiety, so this was a big leap for me to do, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And Tony has been so kind, and to be honest, Tony, hearing how cracked you are pushed me to be a better Map Rando player. So, like I said, it's bittersweet that things are so close because I honestly thought that you're just going to demolish me both seeds. So to hear that I was in the lead, I'm tearing up, not because I'm disappointed by any means, but that it just shows a lot of growth. And so the Map Rando community is just so great in so many ways, and I'm really glad I pushed myself to do this because I mean, just a couple weeks ago I got a sub 40, I don't know the settings. I think it was like Varia double suit, and I almost beat Nevdi. And so, that's kind of like, going on the resume. So anyway, prepping for you, Tony, made me a better Map Rando player. So thank you so much for being so kind and having the reputation you do.
Oh yeah, I mean, we entered the tournaments to have fun, so definitely not a problem at all rescheduling. Happy to do it, and I feel like either game could have gone either way. I really do think that you could have beaten me and made it to the finals. So GG's again to you, and thanks D-Rocky and Sefi, I think, for doing comms, and Osu for tracking, and the organizers for, of course, organizing. It's really cool to have a bronze bracket. Going 0-2 and still being able to play is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, win it all. You got this. And thanks to comms, thanks for tracking, thanks for chat. Again, everybody's been so encouraging, and now I get to pour all my energy into 80% because I have a relay next weekend. So I'm also both relieved. I'm sad that it's over because I feel like like I said, I could have had a chance, but also prepping for another Map Rando week and the relay just sounds like a nightmare. So I pass the baton on to you, Tony. Take it home for us, please.
I'll try my best. Thank you.
He's like, I don't need that pressure. I already had D-Rocky tell him, like, I'm rooting for you because I want to be beaten by the best, But I think the sentiment remains. All right. So
Okay.
that will do it. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for a very entertaining match. That Tony is advancing to the finals where he will face Unforeseen Menace, who has been on a tear recently. It will be one to watch, and very excited to see that one. But in the meantime, for mrock and Tony, for Osu on tracker, for Sefi on comms, I'm D-Rocky Lizard. I don't know if the other match is still going on. No spoilers, please, but check on over there to see if it is. If not, we will catch you at the next rando match. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you later. Bye.
All right. Thank you.